Nice. Another week, another audio shop. Look at us.
Actually, doing somewhat on time for once, since there won't be any for like 2 weeks.
Well, that's why we get him in now.
Yep.
Nice. But yeah, had a run quite wore me out. But I just made a little curry, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I haven't had dinner.
Oh, but it's so late.
Yeah, our trash can, they don't. It's not a fancy pick up and shake it thing. So apparently, not everything has been getting out of it. So I had to clean that out today.
The trash can cleanup? Yeah.
So I'm still not.
Didn't put you in the mood for food?
No.
That's fair.
I got a headache and slightly nauseous still. So.
Yeah. Now it's clean enough to eat out of.
No, it is not.
Ah. So you're not going to eat out of it?
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Wow.
But it's better. So.
There you go. That's the part of adulting they never tell you about, having to clean your trash cans.
Yeah.
I've had to do it myself.
At least it wasn't the interior one that got real bad.
Just the exterior.
Yeah. Pretty gross. But it's done. So I don't have to worry about it now. But
Oh, nice.
But it's gonna be a long week.
Why is that?
Always is.
Oh, you're just saying in general.
Yes. Well,
every week can't be a long week, Sam.
Every week's a long week. One of my coworkers is also went on maternity leave, so
congrats for them.
2 coworkers, and it was rough before. So
now you gotta have even more fun working.
Yeah. Well, now there's the person that handled probably a bulk of everything, all the issues, is now on maternity leave. So it's like, okay, it's gonna get rough for a while. So I already I worked way too long on Monday last week, just because that was her final full day.
Oh, but you get to make up the hours.
I do, but it doesn't make it suck any less,
I wouldn't mind doing that a couple days, honestly.
Yeah, but when it's every week, like, yeah, sure, I can take it off later, but it's like, okay, I'm still doing like 50, 60-hour weeks. It's that starts to wear on you pretty quick.
That's true.
Especially if you don't get to see the fruits of that for a very long time. So, oh well, let's get into it. Let's stop being Debbie Downers.
Yeah, let's jump right into something nice, relaxing.
Yes. So, hello
Surfer Rock,
and welcome back to the Audio Shop Podcast. This week, we are discussing "Sunflower" by the Beach Boys.
Yes, the Beach Boys has been a hot second since we've reviewed them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we reviewed their classic Pet Sounds.
Yep.
And their equally as esteemed classic A Beach Boys Christmas album.
Yeah. Yeah, you could call it that.
Come on, Little Saint Nick is a good song.
Yep, that's the only one.
And then there's other songs on it that are presumably music.
They could legally be defined as music. Yes, you're correct.
And that's how they sold it. But we decided to do another Beach Boys review, given the recent passing of Brian Wilson, who I believe just passed away last month, June of 2025.
Yeah.
So, of course, he was kind of the, not the figurehead, but like core Beach Boy.
Yeah.
He obviously had a very long, prolific career.
Yes, and I know. I think one of the things I read after his passing was it was mentioning about after Pet Sounds came out. He felt that he had done it. He wasn't a he was trying to replicate their earlier success, and he had finally caught that lightning in a bottle again.
What with Pet Sounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I mean, generally considered their finest album, but the album we're reviewing today
is not Pet Sounds.
Sunflower, yes. Not Pet Sounds. It's their 16th studio album, released in August 31st, 1970, so a couple years after Pet Sounds. It's generally regarded as their second best album after Pet Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually made it on quite a few best albums of all times lists. Of course, the most famous being Rolling Stone's Top 500.
Well, I will say that's probably because at some point on the album there is a song that says "Rock Like a Rolling Stone," so I think that's literally the only qualification.
Like they control F.
Yes, they just control F, find songs that mention Rolling Stone.
I guess music's taste is subjective, so
yeah, theirs is they wear it on their wrist.
Yeah, so it's generally regarded as a very fine Beach Boys album. Something fun, interesting was the song "All I Want to Do," which we'll be reviewing here on this album. It's cited as one of the earliest examples of dream pop. Ooh. Which I was a little bit, I was like, what? Is it? But then I listened to it, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I can kind of see it too. A little bit.
But, yeah, we'll get to that when we get there. Yeah, it's a pretty tight album, just about 37 minutes, so we'll jump right into it if you're ready, Sam.
Yeah, with track number 1.
Yes, track number 1, Slip On Through.
If I can spell.
Oh, this should be a cakewalk after the Seychelles album last week.
I was copying and pasting for that. This is easy enough that I'm just typing it. This is I felt like kind of getting away from the Beach Boys vibe with this one. They did kind of paint themselves into a corner with calling themselves Beach Boys. You expect it all to be beach and boyish.
Which, to be fair, they were for a while.
Yes, but aside from the little bit of falsetto choir in the background, kind of moving away from that.
Yeah, it reminded me of nothing so much as like The Doors, where it's a little bit more psychedelic rock as opposed to like surfer rock.
Yeah.
Maybe and well, we'll talk about throughout the album, but they were definitely exploring different genres than just surfer rock on this album.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if I guess Pet Sounds was like kind of like the culmination or perfection of that sound, they're kind of going in different directions here. I mean, of course, it's got their patented backing vocals that's ever present on their albums. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little more psychedelic, a little bit. It's the 70s now. It's not the 60s anymore. Mm-hmm. So they're going for a different vibe, including this kind of like synthy like bloop in the background. That's kind of
I'm not
consistently
sure.
there.
It was there was like a kind of a pulse. I guess I'm thinking more of there was kind of like a pulsing percussion instrument in the right ear as well. I'm not sure what that was, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, it almost had an electric vibe to it. You're right. Maybe it's not quite a synth, but something very vibrational.
Yes.
Good vibrational.
Yeah.
Please laugh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
But it was only in the right ear. But I like it. It's not this, another good example of stereo sound. And then
I mean, by 1970, they had stereo sound kind of figured out.
Yeah. And then just bongos going wild in the left.
Yes, and bongos will come back in this album.
Yeah.
And a pretty tasteful use of like horns in the song as well. Certainly not overused.
But kind of what was a little jarring for me was just they got right into it at the start there. Like there was not really any build up or any. I guess I'm more used to grand style albums recently. It just was,
where there's a little bit of build up or like anticipation.
Yeah, just kind of. Yep, here's track number 1.
Which I never got the sense from the Beach Boys that they that they don't really, they don't really tease. They like going right into the song.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true.
None of these 3-minute intro tracks that tie
No.
into the rest of the album. You're getting to a single now.
Yep. This is the single. Listen to the song. What, you want an orchestral intro? And we're using a full orchestra, but we're not going to give that to you. Jump into track number 2 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 2. This Whole World.
The backing vocals on this one are just, they're quite stacked. I wouldn't say to the ceiling, but so much so that they kind of blend into the backing track a little bit. And the mic is quite tinny. I don't know if you were picking up on that.
Yeah, and I'll probably mention it a couple times throughout this album. There's definitely certain, or I should say different recording qualities that appear throughout this album.
And it sometimes
assuming different recording sessions occurred.
Between
yes.
Even just single voice lines.
Yeah, not necessarily that any of them are like bad, like in terms of like production or recording, but they're different and you notice them instantly.
Extremely different at that.
So I'm not sure. I mean, I obviously this was recorded over multiple sessions, but the Beach Boys. I figured they probably could have made it so that they had a more consistent sound.
Yeah.
No, maybe they got new microphones. They wanted to test out. They were really excited.
And they're like, "Oh, this sounds so much better. I don't want to re-record what we already recorded, though." So
it's fine. No one will notice. They'll be playing it on their
no.
shitty vinyl speakers.
Exactly. So,
I mean, I should note that at least I'm listening to the remastered version on Spotify.
Yeah, what did I listen to? I think I listened.
Which is the 2009 remaster.
I think that's what I listened to as well. I listened to the 2009 remaster as well.
So potential that messed with it somewhat, but
yes, because there has been examples, not just music, of the remaster does actually screw things up compared to the original.
It's louder, so it sounds better, right?
Maybe if we play so loud, no one will know that we're playing poorly.
I mean, the most famous example of that is the Phil Spector version of Let It Be, right? Or I guess that's just the original release.
Yeah.
It's louder, so it's better. Not that I dislike Phil Spector. I mean, good Christmas album, but
yeah, just not what you're wanting here.
Yeah, it's also a extremely fast song. It's like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah,
like they are in and out with this one.
A lot of I feel like a lot of the opening tracks here, especially, are they're really fast in and out.
I mean, like I said, it's a pretty short album. It's 37 minutes, but still 12 songs. So these are like, except for one exception, they're pretty fast songs.
Yeah, they kind of just hit it and quit it.
No, well, that's a little crass, Sam. The Beach Boys are high art music.
Yeah, high art.
They surf it and turf it. Well, that sounds more dirty, actually.
It does. But,
Never mind.
This one was the only song I felt like didn't actually feel like a full song.
Yeah, it just ends.
Yeah, it kind of was. It felt like a partial thought.
Which not quite sure about the decision behind that.
Yeah, I did quite like the near end of it where it's just vocals only. But
yeah, a little bit of acapella, but yeah, it's so fast that you don't really get to appreciate anything here.
Yeah. Jump into track 3 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 3. Add some music to your day.
And here we go.
Which starts a little acoustically.
Yep, and it's Beach Boys pushing big music to the little man again.
It's wow, it's a musician pushing music. Man, come on, guys, get it original.
What, you're telling me to listen to music? Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? That's your job and all.
Now my son just named the song "Pay Us Money."
Yeah.
Ugh.
The nerve.
But yeah, it's a song about how music makes your day better.
They would say that.
You know, I will say I tend to like music. It typically makes my day better. No.
After this whole time with 6 years of music podcast, I don't care for music.
What a character twist. Sam, Big Music Space, Big Music Space has 500,000 every year to talk up music for them.
Yep.
You just can't keep your truth quiet anymore.
Nope. The money's not worth it anymore. I have to speak my truth.
I like the idea of giving up a copious amount of money to, stand firm by your beliefs, and your beliefs are just trash. Like just demonstrably wrong.
I don't like music. There, I said it. But this is this track's one of the ones that has some of that vocal issues we were talking about. Like around the 2-minute mark, it really sticks out, and then goes away.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was a production thing, or like they just recorded on different dates and it just did it. It was pretty obvious, but
yeah, I don't know, because it sounds really good. Like it sticks out, and it's nice, but it sticks out very noticeably,
and it doesn't feel intentional.
No, and if it was like a move, like the singer's in central and then it goes only to the right because it was just in the right ear, or sorry, just in the left ear. But no, it's just, one line is different than the others, and it goes back to being different afterwards. So,
I mean, there's a good singing on this song. Actually, the Beach Boys, they can sing.
Yes.
I especially like that little music's in my soul, kind of breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys like to sing.
But this one is this whole album, I'd say the shorter songs are a smidge repetitive.
That's true, but it's got such nice harmonies to go with it that I quite like this one. And it's a little low key, kind of has a little bit of breathing room.
Jump into track number 4 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 4, Got to Know the Woman. Which is, of course, it's the obligatory honky-tonk sock hop song.
Yeah, I don't think I would have guessed that this was Beach Boys if I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, vocally it doesn't sound like them at all.
Not at all.
Certainly not instrumentally.
It is, you're right, it is quite honky. I said it's more sock hop-esque than honky-tonk.
It definitely kind of carries both of that DNA, but a throwback song.
Yes.
Which, of course, in the 1970s means the 1950s.
Yes. And the vocal line here is quite far back in the mix, which I felt I had to strain to listen to just a little bit, but it does give a interesting vibe to it that I quite like, especially the one guy that's just singing the non-word portions of "The Bird Is the Word" in the right ear. I don't know if you've There's just somebody
before it's make the bird is the word.
Well, there's just somebody in the right ear going like "Uma mau mau bapa uma mau."
The song just kind of sneakily started to become like a surf rock song halfway through, which I actually think is a little interesting.
But I definitely picked that up. I'm like, this really just sounds like "Bird Is the Word" in this portion here.
But yeah, it starts to sneak in a little bit of electric guitar, and it has some fun piano as well. So there's definitely more egregious examples of sock hop throwback songs in 1970s albums.
Yeah,
most of them from Jeff Lynne.
What are you talking about? What is this slander?
Slander, yeah.
He's actually I think the final 2 shows of the tour were canceled.
Oh, really?
Because he was doing quite poorly.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I think he's resting up and doing better now, but I think they were fully canceled, as in there's not gonna be completed.
Dang.
So
that's sad to hear.
So maybe be respectful, huh?
Well, okay, I'm not disrespecting Jeff Lynne. I just don't always care for a 50s throwback song.
That's fair. That's very
This
fair.
is a well-developed character trait of mine.
What? I don't always think of you whenever I hear a sock hop song because I know
You don't think, man, he'd hate this.
The final bit on this one though, that kind of chorus constantly building up without resolution to end the song is very frustrating.
Yeah, not sure why they did that. I mean, I guess I do. But yeah, not the most satisfying ending.
No, not at all. It is frustrating. Jumping to track 5, if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 5. Deirdre. That's not how they pronounce in the song, but that's how I pronounce the name. Deirdre.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a maybe a little bit more, classic Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I really like the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like just that. Certainly in terms of like subject of kind of a sweeter, kind of lovesick song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like the carefree flutes on this song about someone being abandoned by their partner.
Yes, a little bit of different than the vibe that's going on in the song, which is like this kind of vibraphone, xylophone paired with like woodwinds, like a very magical kind of carefree feeling going on here.
Yeah, very subversive.
And of course paired with some nice singing vocals.
Yes. The instrumental on this one is what really sucked me in. It's kind of almost full orchestra. It's awkward saying that because sometimes full orchestra doesn't include brass. It's just woodwinds. But I very much enjoyed it, and I think could have gone a little bit further with the instrumentation, but other than that,
I think it struck a good balance between the rock and the orchestra. There's something like some French horn kind of comes in.
Yep.
At least that's what I believe it is. It's very easygoing and fun. Still has room for like a bass solo and like floating along with the main vocalist. And you're right. This instrumentation's a pretty choice.
Yes, I quite enjoyed this one. Jump into track 6 if you're ready, Coop.
Yeah, track number 6. It's About Time. Which certainly changes the vibe.
Yes, very much more rock oriented. But it does have some very nice acoustic elements in here as well.
Yeah, it reminds me of nothing so much of, I don't know, associated like almost like a spy movie kind of soundtrack, right?
Really? Okay. I mean,
kind of the rock, but kind of the driving bass behind it.
I can kind of see that, I guess. I'm not really feeling it. I did feel that they were really getting their money's worth out of the bongo player on this one.
Yeah, whoever the bongo player was he was earning that payday.
I was getting America vibes just because of the bongo.
Yeah, that bongo player is he's going for it. And a bit of a different vocal delivery. Obviously, there's some backing vocals, but they play less of a part in this song.
Yeah. The only other thought I had about this one was why is there a 30-second fade out on a 3-minute song?
Oh my goodness! That fade out was so long.
I went back
like when it started happening. When it first started, I'm like, this can't be the fade out, right?
Yeah.
Still like half the song left.
Nope. It was the fade out.
But there's some things that I do miss about some older music that we don't have anymore. The extended fade out, I don't miss.
Yeah.
Or at least to like this extent.
Yeah, it was egregious.
10% of the song.
You can earn a fade, not one that's a significant percentage of the song length. Jump into track 7 if you're ready.
Yes, track number 7, Tears in the Morning. Which is it's a sad boy song.
Yeah.
Of course, and everyone's favorite sad boy instrument, of course, is the xylophone.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I think we know where she moved to in Europe based on the accordion that is playing in the background of the song.
Yeah, I do quite like that accordion though. I
It
know
is
her.
very good, but I'm like, okay, so she ran off to France. I think that's
Yep.
what that's trying to imply. You said Europe, but you meant France.
I mean, France is in Europe, so
It is, but I just thought it was funny.
yeah, it's a quite well played accordion. I can't think of a song that also has a xylophone accordion pairing, but
Yeah.
it works very well.
Now I felt it was more vibraphone than xylophone. I'm not
Maybe
positive,
vibraphone, but
but and technically I think I'm not percussionist, so forgive me.
you're forgiven.
The It's a vibraphone just when you have the oscillation thing underneath, because you can put that on a xylophone or a marimba or whatever. I think. I'm not positive on that. I probably
Well, the song has a good oscillation.
yes.
And yeah, the song really does have a fun assortment of songs for, the quote unquote sad song.
Yeah.
Uh,
Great use of the full orchestra again.
yeah, good vocal harmonies too. Even ends on this kind of prolonged sad piano solo, which, fits in with the theme of the song.
Yes, it will get some miracle musical disease at the end. The last minute.
Really, you're stretching the definition of that song for an album that came out 30 years, 40 years before that album.
Listen, it's I like the term because every song on that album had a different final minute.
That's true.
And so I feel that it's an apt description. But everything drops out, and you get this bar style piano continuing with the main theme for like another minute or so, really far away. That really elevated the song for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because throughout this album, like I said, it's not like your stereotypical Beach Boy sound, obviously quite intentionally, but as the album progresses, it starts to get a little weirder and weirder in terms of like what it's going for. At least from what you would expect from a Beach Boys album. I mean that culminates to the end of the album, which we'll get to. But you start to get more and more hints of it, especially after like Daedra and It's About Time, Tears in the Morning, where they start to toss in a little bit more and more. That's a little unconventional.
Mm-hmm. But it's so good here. Especially there's a little bit of trombone and some falsetto pop into. It's good. Great ending.
It's a solid song. And it takes us to track number 8, if you're ready, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Track number 8, All I Want to Do. The quote-unquote founder of Dream Pop.
Not the... What's that more famous song? All I Want to Do is have some...
Just have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one.
It's not this.
No, this was All I Want to Do. Which, dang it gets dreamy.
Yeah, very ethereal vocals. It's a bit unbalanced in this one with the stereo sound kind of skewed to the right ear with some harmonic humming in the left, but it's not terrible. It's just a little unbalanced.
Yeah, and I mean, there's obviously like some very woozy vocal deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the backing vocals are still nice, but a little more ghostly and distant. And this kind of very like deep, kind of distorted bass guitar kind of pairing well with it.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly going for a mood.
It is. I wasn't the biggest fan. This one felt nearly as short as track 2. It just kind of was here and gone. Just a quick chorus repeat.
Which is fair. It is short. I didn't mind as much as on track 2, mostly because I feel like it kind of established the mood and then kind of got out. Like it achieved what it needed to in the song. Where track 2, I feel like it kind of stopped before it got good. That makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. This one did feel like a full thought. But jumping to track 9, if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 9, Forever. Which is another bit of a forlorn love song.
Yes. Where he is quite close to the mic. But it is kind of nice to have this again quite close to the mic because there's some more audio issues, quote unquote, with this one. At least I thought there was.
In terms of like the how it sounds different from the other songs.
Yeah. Or different from itself at different points in the song.
I mean, there definitely is a lot more of a lead vocalist attention on this one. A little bit slower, a little bit more deliberate.
Mm-hmm. And I did like how the vocalist was in the front of the mix. That really hadn't been something we'd been getting. Everything had been kind of far back in there, so it was nice to have it right up in front.
This also got like a little bit of a falsetto thing going on in either ear.
Mm-hmm.
So some interesting production choices there as well.
And then I really enjoyed the vocal breakdown around the minute 45 mark. Jumping all over the place with whoever is having the main vocals be more clear, and who is the main vocalist, quote unquote, before that, kind of doing the bass line for all the falsetto. I quite like that.
Yeah, no, it kind of has a nice violin payoff at the end of the song too.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's not a super long song, it still has a nice progression ongoing.
But jumping to track 10, if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 10, Our Sweet Love.
Which also probably could have been titled Forever.
Yeah, I mean, the lyrical capacity of Beach Boy albums typically aren't the selling point.
Yeah.
Not exactly Robert Frost.
There's like a distinct noise of metal sliding on metal in this one that I thought was a really great percussion instrument.
Oh, I did not notice that.
If you jump to the end, I felt like it was interesting there.
It's still a very sweet song,
Yeah.
Maybe a little straightforward. But nice piano, very relaxing. Obviously, maybe a more classic Beach Boy sound.
It has a lot of interesting instrumental work again in this one, but the lyrics leave a little bit to be desired.
I mean, you didn't go into this album thinking there would be like, thought-provoking lyrics.
Listen, I came to this album expecting to hear the reincarnation of Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Yeah, the song really tells me a lot about British boarding schools in the 50s. I was I watched a movie this weekend. My brother got it for me on a Blu-ray for my birthday. And part of it took place in like a British boarding school in the 50s. Like, I'm not even joking.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those things look like they sucked.
Yeah. No, for a long time, people didn't believe children had thoughts or feelings.
Yeah, I'm glad that had no lasting repercussions for them as adults. Probably why they kept making art about it and how miserable it made them. Lord. Yeah. On to track number 11 then.
On that note.
Yeah. Track number 11, At My Window. Because I'm sure you loved the production choices on the sound splitting on this one, Sam.
Yeah, this sounds a lot like a Beatles ripoff song, and the longer it goes, the more it feels that way. You get like the Blackbird coming in, and then the start of it sounds just like I didn't bother looking up. I was gonna say I don't remember, but I also didn't bother looking up what it reminded me of. But it just feels like a Beatles amalgamation song.
It certainly gets a little quirky with it. It's almost less of a song, more for like a soundscape at times. Like some people talking, like you said, the bird noise in the background. They kind of balance between the ears. Made good harmonies. And a nice use of woodwinds throughout the song.
Yeah. The accordion makes a comeback, and that really soft flute reminds me of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Mild High Club. Very similar flute styling.
No, this one's much more mild.
Yes.
This is not driving at all.
And I absolutely hate the intonation of the vocalist on this one. It sounds like a fucking child's TV show host.
It does have a certain, yeah.
It's really bad. Like
I mean, it's certainly going for something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it's going for, but
I can get behind the Beatles ripoff, but I can't get behind the child's TV show. Do you know where the bird is? I don't know. It's just not good.
Yeah, no, this one gets a little weird with it, which I kind of appreciate. If maybe not so much for the musical aspect as the the variety aspect in the album.
But jumping
which
to
of course
final track.
Yes, our last track on the album, "Cool Cool Water." The longest track on the album at a blistering 5 minutes.
Yep.
Which might as well be a 20-minute song for a normal artist.
Yeah. We get
I should say an artist not in the 70s or the 60s.
Modern artists do that in their sleep. I like the vocal stacking going on here, but the bass line in the left ear is just a little bit too high in the mix. At the start, I should clarify.
Yeah, I guess we should clarify that the full start is like all a cappella, right?
Yeah.
Or close to it. There's probably some instrumentation in there, but mostly a cappella. But these boys just singing about cool, cool water.
Yeah. And then we get an explosion in a post-apocalyptic hellscape for like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's
this out of nowhere.
Song, I like it. I don't know what to make of it because this is like getting heady in a way that Beach Boys typically do not get with their songs. But in like a way that's like not like, okay, The Wall, right? If we're gonna keep with that Pink Floyd example, right? Mm-hmm. Right, has a message, but it's it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
A wall for a metaphor that's not too like
it wears,
hard to parse.
It's on the nose, especially if you watch the music videos.
Yeah, this one I do not know what they were trying to say. I'm certainly feeling something. Like I said, it's like the bomb goes off, and it's like these distant noises. Vocals get a little ghostly, but then like the a cappella elements come back, like they're a little sadder, but still kind of uplifting. And they're still singing about just water. I'm not sure if that's a metaphor because it's very just on the brand of water.
Yeah, I wrote you can't just fade back to the song and pretend that didn't just happen.
Again, I like it. I like how it just like is a little unconventional and unexplainable. It just kind of happens.
Mm-hmm. I do like it. But
and it still sounds nice.
Yeah.
Like the return of the vocals and introduces like this like kind of bloopy synth into it.
Yeah. But it was just like what are you doing?
Yeah, it just I don't know. This is just an odd song.
It is.
Like odd in a good way.
Yes. And that's
I guess in a way, Beach Boys, cool water, right? That's on brand.
Yeah.
Beaches are next to cool water.
Yeah, there's water involved.
But that's it. That's the album.
That's the album.
That is the full album. That is Sunflower.
So, Cooper, what would you say your least favorite track would be?
I'd probably have to give it to This Whole World.
Yeah.
It just goes by so fast. Like, I feel like it had good bones, right? It wasn't like, it wasn't my favorite song of the album, but they definitely could have done more with it, but as soon as it started, it ended, so.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like in an intermission way either, right? There's short songs that we've had before that we don't rate as the worst.
No, they're
because
like
they kind of fulfill their purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fulfilled their purpose in the album. This one's like, oh, this is just a short song.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't finish it. I don't know. What about you, Sam?
I have to say At My Window.
Oh, okay.
It's a Beatles ripoff that does like the weird Beatles stuff and doesn't have the payoff.
Same, it's got bird noises. You love bird noises.
Yeah, but I really, really hate the child TV show host vocalist. So that's enough to put me off. What about your favorite, Coop? What would you say your favorite would be?
Ooh, I'd probably have to give it to Deirdre.
Yeah.
And that's just a nice sounding song. I mean, that's, when a Beach Boys song like hits, it hits good. Like there's vocal harmonies with the instrumentation. It's fun, it's breezy. It's got a little sad, but obviously the instrumentation's happy, so it's kind of got a nice dichotomy there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and that French horn just goes off. I like this song. What about you?
I think I have to go with Tears in the Morning. I just
Okay.
The instrumentation on that one is so good, that it's just such a fun time, and there's that whole minute at the end that does some interesting things. So yeah, I think I have to go with that one.
All right. Well, that's it. That's the end of the album. Now we got to rate it.
Yep.
I think it's your turn to rate it, Sam.
I believe so. If I can find it to turn it on. So here at Audio Shop, we have a car-themed rating system because what was it? The two. Sorry, I'm trying to remember their names, but I can't off the top of my head. The two Cars and Cars. That
Lightning McQueen?
No, the guys that are like the heads of Rusty's.
Why would I remember their names?
Well, they're based on us.
Oh, I mean, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where, that came out, and we wrote some of the jokes for that, and they all got canned. And they didn't want to use our voices either. But yeah, that was supposed to be based on us. So we decided to make a car themed audio podcast. So here at the tip top, we got Showroom. That's 5 out of 5, best of the best, cream of the crop, and then bottom you got Scrapyard, bottom of the barrel, 1 out of 5. Ooh, yuck, this is killing me. And then high, low, everything in between. So Cooper, what would you say you would rate Sunflower by the Beach Boys?
I would give it a like new.
Yeah.
It's definitely an inconsistent album, but not like always in quality, just in like vibe and like sound production and like mood. I mean, I can respect that it's like different than your typical Beach Boys sound, and that they touch on like a lot of different genres. And I think they mostly succeed at it. Yeah. It's just it's an odd album in ways I can't necessarily like vocalize. Like they're definitely aiming for something. I just don't know where the target is. You know what I mean? It feels like it got close to the target, but I just don't know what the target was. What about you, Sam?
I think I also would have to give it a like new. I quite liked it. It's a real short listen. The things I disliked, I didn't dislike all that much, and the things I liked, it's not like it's elevating it to Showroom. But it's a good listen, and it doesn't go where you think it's gonna go. I feel like there's a lot of notions with the Beach Boys just because of what they decided to name themselves and make most of the time. But I think it is quite good deviation from form. I like kind of how it skipped all over the place.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trademark a water bottle that has an alarm that goes off to remind you to drink water, except it just plays cool water in its entirety.
Its entirety?
Yeah. Yes, including the bomb section.
It would be a choice.
But yeah, that's the end of the album.
That's the album. Now we're going to roll on over to Spare Tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to in the past week. So, Coop, what have you been listening to?
I've listened to nothing. Honestly, not too many new releases. There's some in my queue I want to get to, but I just hadn't had the chance. CISO Neon released a new EP, which was kind of good. I liked it. Joey Vale and Simbray released a new EP, Hyper Youth, which is pretty hype. I was running to it today. But yeah, honestly, beyond that, actually, you know what I have been listening a lot to?
Mm-hmm.
The Mario Kart World soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah, that's got some bops in it. So big too.
None of those have popped out yet because I used to use New Donk City from Odyssey as good focus music.
Well, if you're ever in the mood for some harmonica music, Mario Kart World will have you covered.
Okay.
It's harmonica heavy. What about you?
Just ELO and Jeff Lynne.
There
Armchair
we go, the
Theater,
classics.
Long Wave, Out of the Blue. That's all I've listened to since Seychelles. And my workout playlist. I've not been in a super music-y mood this week. I've been, just listening.
Well, of course you hate music, so that makes sense.
Exactly, yeah. I didn't know if you'd remember.
I remember everything you say, Sam.
Everything.
Everything. All right.
But that's the show. If you've liked what you've heard and you want to hear some more, you can go to the Twitch page and click the picture of Jeff Lynne. He's the guy with the aviators on. And that'll take you to YouTube where almost all of our past episodes are. And if you're listening on YouTube and you want to listen to us live, you can click the link in the description. And we're live usually every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, although for the next 2 weeks we won't be. And then we also have a with Blue Sky. I forgot the name of it. I wanted to say Mastodon.
We never even had a Mastodon.
I know we didn't, but I don't know why.
You just like the term toots.
I did, yeah. I tried to push it.
Yeah, you can follow us at Blue Sky at Audio Shop Pod. That's POD. We'll let you know what album we're listening to and when we're gonna review it.
Yeah. So that's all we've got. We will see you later.
See you later, shoppies.
I'll see you.